There are three levels. First you, then you go the first level. The first self is that layer of ego. Once the ego settles down, slowly you go to the next higher region where God's ego and your own ego interpolates with God's ego. That means your own energy is tapped by God's energy, called as God's self or God Himself. Then, as you go on and on, then that energy, the vortex from here, it comes and settles all around you, about 1 feet all around you from where you are sitting. ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. You experience it, you will know. Understand? But your mind should be still. You will say, how do I control my mind? No, you will not control. You allow your mind to be controlled by your higher self. You are thinking of Purandaradasa, alba? Think of Purandaradasa. Think of Kabir. Think of Ramdev. Think of Ishvara. Think of Vishnu. Think of all those higher beings who did Seva to Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Think of all the rishis. Then your higher self is overpowered by those selves even today, even though they belong to so other many eons before. Even now, all the rishis exist even today. Where they exist, yourself is the heart where they are not surviving, they are existing. They are inside your heart to give you experience. That is where DVG is also there. That is where Ramdev is there. That is where, if you look at all that Vishnu Bhaktas, Vishnu Rishis, all those Rishis are there. They come and assist you and help you to realize yourself. You only think of nothing but yourself. You are not at all spiritually elevated, nor get excited. If I tell something spiritually exciting, you will not get excited at all. Blossoming is the word where you require all the help of all these rishis and saints to come and possess you. They are there around you. Within 1 feet around you, their presence, they are omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent for you. They will give you darshan, and that is called as mystical experiences. In case till now you have not understood mystical experiences, you have to get into their aura. You have to get into their aura because you are sluggish. You are mentally not capable. You are intellectually very poor. Spiritually extremely poor. What is bothering you? Intellectually you are poor. Why? Because you don't have the training. Because in your school days, nobody has taught you. Teacher is the first guru. Nobody has taught you. Nobody has insisted on you that your Pratama, Shikshana, Tarbeti, the training he has given you is your first guru. You don't have that culture at all. You all wore uniform. What is the use? You wore uniform, but you never had that uniform attitude in your life. Illalla. Did anybody insist you? If I were your teacher in primary school, I would have informed you should have uniform thinking pattern. A teacher's duty is to make the students uniformly think in the right perspective, so that at an young age, if the teacher would have caught you, then you would have understood that attitude, life's perspective, attitude will all understand. Nobody taught you that. No. You missed it. That is why so much of strain you have to. You don't understand the perspective. And you only compare. Between Purandaradasa and between DVG. Have you ever understood? Both are equal and same. Have you ever understood? Saram Vishweshwaraya? You have not understood. Put yourself in any one of these stalwarts' shoes. You will understand. ಅವನು ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ದ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ವಿನಃ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಅವನು ತಿಂದು ಅವ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇವನಿದ್ರು ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಈ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಪಾಪರ್, ಈ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಫೂಲ್, ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರ ನೀವು. ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್. Anything in today's life, you only attribute it to money. Have you ever attributed it to your intelligence? Have you ever attributed, forget intelligence, have you ever understood and attributed to your consciousness, Nim Chaitanya? Have you understand in what way can I develop my Chaitanya? In what way can I develop my consciousness? You are here. Any point of time, have you ever understood that I am here in front of the Divine Mother, and have I did anything to trigger my consciousness? Alva? Should understand. You should understand. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ವ್ಯರ್ಥ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಫೀಲ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೀವು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ನೀವು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಿಟ್ ಇನಫ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಾತ ಇದ್ದರು, ಅವ್ರು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಈತ ಗುರು ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಅಷ್ಟೇನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಏನೋ, ನಿಮ್ಗದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೆಸ್ಟಿನ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್. Have you ever understood? Is my children fit enough to get this jnana, to get this consciousness right? No. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಯಾರು ಈ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಥರ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ. That is your attitude. Your attitude is you have to bring up your children the right way. ವಯಸ್ಸಾಯಿತು, ಮಕ್ಕಳದ್ದೇ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಚಿಂತೆ ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. In fact, I keep telling, I stopped telling it. Now only I am aiming all this to my children. Artha madko. Your consciousness is the triggering point of your life. Now I have just let that. Because you have the soul power. You are born from me. I tell my children, you are born from me. Don't underestimate that value of your soul. Remember, if you understand, I tell my children, if you understand the triggering moment that you are born of that gene, what your father has, that gene is the triggering consciousness of you. I am not telling you to continue No, 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 not continue. You should be aware. I am not worrying about continue. I am just telling you about every moment is a triggering moment of your consciousness. So my children knows that. So you have to give that importance. Understand that. You have been trained, and I am not trying to tutor you. I am not trying to brainwash you. I am just trying to tell you that your consciousness just requires one spark of enlightening energy. So you change your attitude and your altitude in the right perspective. If you have children, fine. If you don't have children, still keep that in your mind. Already the grace is being passed on to you. You may have patience, you may not have patience. But one day, your children will definitely come forward. Maybe now, it can be tomorrow, it can be day after tomorrow, it may be 5 years from now, it may be 10 years from now. But the gene has been now triggered. You may not have the future children, but your children are already there. It just transfers. You have seen a Xerox machine. You take the original to a Xerox. Okay. Then you just place your document there and you just say, I want 3 or 4 copies. And the shopkeeper keeps that original, then takes any number of copies, what you order, and gives back the copies along with the original of yours. Likewise, you are the original, and whether you may have any children in the future or not, at least that Xerox copy of your gene will be now catching up. When you are here as the original, trying to go on, duplicate, triplicate, quadruplicate, all these Xeroxes as some Chaitanya into your own family, are you stupid enough? You are not stupid enough. You are clever enough, but you are not clever enough because there is so much of lethargy. There is so much of moha vyamoha in you. You have not understood that this is the triggering moment of your consciousness. You are just a Xerox copy. Your original is you. Your Chaitanya can be used. Okay? Your Chaitanya can be used. You are the original. Don't make a mockery of yourself. You don't know religious dharma. You don't know spiritual dharma. You don't know anything. You don't know true value of friendship. There's also dharma. You don't know value of friendship. That is also a dharma. You don't know. You don't value anything in life. The genes of your children are the Xerox copy of you. It may be something tomorrow, it may happen. For me, life-changing experience happened at the age of 36 of my age. Okay? When it can happen to me, it can happen to any Tom, Dick or Harry in this universe. If you look at the life history of all saints and seers, sages, enlightened beings, it can happen to anything. DVG never thought he can become a Gnani. But look at all his Manku Timmana Kagga.
For more satsangs from Shri Nimishananda Guruji, subscribe to this channel. Click the bell button below to get notifications. Like and share the video and spread the divine message.